your brain is a pile of goo, forgive any nonsense. Well, then that is a perfect segue, because if you're into piles of goo and nonsense, you are in the right place. We are doing Meteorfall, Krumit's Tale. In fact, I will show you the intro. And just that. So, while this is loading up, what is Meteorfall, Krumit's Tale? There was a game. I mean, there still is a game, and in fact, I recommend you get it if you're into this sort of thing. There's a deck building game that was a mobile game. At least for Android, I don't know. It's probably for all the Apple and all that stuff, too. And I'm not sponsored or anything. It's just, it's a really fun game. Like, it's a really fun game if you want, like, a few minutes time waster stuff. Like, it's a deck building game, and, you know, you make your deck, and which cards you want, which cards you don't want. But it's not, you know, like some things that are really complicated. It's a good time waster. Hooray, it's fun. If you're into deck building, I would highly recommend getting it. Again, not sponsored or anything, I just think it's fun. But they made a full-on computer game. Meteorfall, sorry. I was talking about they made this thing. It's called Meteorfall. This is Meteorfall Krumit's Tale, and this is not a deck building game. This is a tile deck turn-based strategy game. And I figure rather than explain this, I'm just gonna show it as I go. I could be here forever explaining, here's how this works, and here's this tile, and here's this. No, let's just, I'm gonna start a thing. No, I'm gonna start with the basic and explain things as I go. So we're gonna start with no, I don't need new game +5. We're just gonna do straight up normal. And then I figure, you know, I'll stream a few different characters for YouTube purposes. I don't know if I'll make multiple videos out of this. If I only make the one, I'll go over some of the things afterwards, the other characters, in case you're kind of interested. But Bruno, what do we need to know about Bruno? Because he's the one we're playing. He's the first person you have unlocked. He comes with this ability, restore 2 health whenever you get an item from the dungeon that grants block. What's that mean? I'll just show you. The journey begins. So, as I said, the game is nothing like the mobile Meteorfall in terms of gameplay. Story-wise, it's basically the same thing. You're one of these heroes. You're going to stop the Uberlich. The dusty basement fills you with a powerful sense of nostalgia. Here's us. We got, you know, we do 2 damage. We have 10 health. Here's our board layout. You know, these are our tiles. Here's enemy tiles. Here's the tile that's coming up next. We have this ability. So let's just do a combat.
2 arms.
2 arms. You heard him. We do 2 damage. He's going to do 2 damage. If you look over here on the left, it tells you exactly what an enemy does. A skeleton, for instance, it does 2 damage. Then it does 1 damage. Then it goes back to the top and cycles again. You know, bosses will sometimes have a thing like going all the way down, just like, you know, 10 different things they're doing. Skeleton, pretty easy. Some guys only have 1 thing. They just do the same thing every turn. All right. We killed a guy, which means we got a gold coin. Gold coin is used to, you know, buy stuff. How's the volume? Just tell me, though, if, like, the music and stuff is too loud. Chat will have to take that for me. All right, let's, you know, let's beat up another skeleton. Here we go. Skeleton. Eh.
The skill.
All right, now we could, you know, just go fight another skeleton, but we're like, oh, we're, you know, a little loud. Okay. There we go. Perfect. There's the sweet spot. All right. So we could go fight another guy, but how about I show you some other things? A, you pick a tile, you're like, okay, you could buy this / your attack with a melee weapon is +3, you know, whatever. We don't have a weapon right now. You can sell a tile for +1 gold, +2 health.
Away with you.
Look at that, we have 6 health now, and now we have 3 gold. That's actually a waste. I'd have other things I could do. I was just showing you how to sell tiles. You know, let's get this. Chainmail, basic item. Gets 2 defense. It costs 2 gold. But we bought something with blocks, so we get another 2 health. Look at that, 2 health, and we have another item. How does block work? You select your tile in combat. You see this little, you have 2. If your defense You know, if you had 1 defense, he attacks for 2, you only take 1 point of damage. Simple math. If your defense equals or is greater than their attack, and they don't have piercing, you parry. He is now stunned for a turn. And because we go first, look at that, one item. We defended once, and then we got the rest of the fight for free. Let's fight this guy again. Because, like, yeah, I could buy another thing of chainmail, but we were basically full health. Why bother? Let's do it after we lose some health. Nice!
A new toy.
Okay, this is the end. I'll just... Oh. Oh, all the animations in this are great. It is very Adventure Timey, the animations. Like, and the fact, like, you are in a post-apocalyptic world trying to fight the Lich. It is very Adventure Timey in its design, which I am on board with. That is not a criticism. That's a good thing. Treasure chest. I could gain 2 gold. And be like, you should do that. Get more money. I'll show you why in a second. You don't want to do that. You know, health. It has 2 charges on it. Like, we used this thing once, you can see. It's got that little notch out, because we used it once. When all the notches are gone, it's gone. You could be like, sure, let's get that. Let's get a weapon. Oh, I can't. Let's get this.
To your health.
You can only have 4 tiles, ever. Doesn't matter which character.
Strategize.
Whether you're Bruno, this guy, you can be playing as Greybeard the Mage. Everyone only has 4 tiles, with one sort of exception, but that's one character specific that I'm not playing yet, so I'm not going to go into it. Just know that you always have 4 tiles maximum.
The wisdom.
All right, as you see, all these unused tiles count as 5 gems apiece.
Triumph.
That's why we didn't pick the treasure chest, because like your gold that you earn in a run for buying tiles resets each time, except for a certain perk, which if it shows up, I'll tell you about. But basically, like, yeah, we have 2 gold that we had at the end of that run. It's gone now. You start the next dungeon with 0. Whereas these gems you get is worth, 5 gems per unused tile. That's the money you spend in between rounds. So you can earn more money to, like, improve yourself. All right, so coming up next, 4 of these guys, 3 of these guys. We get 1 tile for free. Boast. Increase your max health by 4 if it reaches the bottom, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go over everything. I want this. What happens with your 4 tiles? Well, I didn't use them, so they were converted into gems. Otherwise, they're just the tiles you can play. Crowbar. I'll explain that when we get to it. And then you get a perk. Like, our starting default perk as Bruno is we get 2 health when we get an item that gives defense. Well, now we get one of these. If you have at least 4 block, gain thorns. It does damage to the opponent. Sneaky, first attack of battle, always does +1. Pretty good. When you have 2 or less health, gain stealth. Nah, we don't need that, really. When you defeat an enemy, add a copy of Frenzy to your inventory, if there is room. So that's like, if you have 3 tiles, if you defeat an enemy, you get a free copy of Frenzy. But if you have 4 tiles, you don't get anything. Bruno is all about blocking. But I'm gonna just do Sneaky. Every fight, we do 1 extra damage at the start. That's a lot of extra damage. All right. Now we can go to the next thing.
What a collection.
We can look at our deck. Great. Well, we still have space for 1.
Can I?
We have 55 money gems. Okay, we can do this. Reroll for 5, and then it's 10, and then 15. Here's what's on sale right now. I'm not going to go over every tile. There's a lot of tiles. And I have all of them unlocked because I've played this game a bunch, so... I want this. I know it. Whatever you choose here is that for this round or permanent buff. The abilities are permanent. I mean, till we either win or lose. Next time we play Bruno, it's a whole new run. It's roguelike-ish. Now, Spike Shield, I know that I like it. It's 4 defense. Gives you 2 things of thorns, which is 2 damage when the enemy attacks you. Gets 3 charges. And it's pretty cheap, 15.
Yes. Arm yourself.
So there we go. We have
Gizmos
this
and
now in
gadgets
our deck.
aplenty.
Let's go to the next spot.
The
Unfortunately, I can't show you the crowbar I just bought. I'm like, I'll explain this because I'm buying it. I'm like, no, I'll just show it to you when I use it. Wow, one of these will have it. Here's your overall map. Like, it's roguelike in that it's random which levels you go to, but like the Slithering Swamp always has the same enemy. The dusty basement that we started always is just skeletons. And you can see it's like regular level, and then this darker one. Boss level, regular boss, final level. So Slithering Swamp. Let's learn about poison, shall we? I don't have money, right? Well, here we go. So we have our perk. Our first attack will always do +1. There we go, 3 damage. Now they're doing things besides basic attacks. You can see it on the left. You can see what he's doing this turn. He's gonna gain 1 block and do 2 things of poison. We can't do anything about this, so sure. All right, so the next attack, it's gonna take 1 off. I have 2 attack, 1 defense. I still will get 1 through, he'll die. Poison, the way this works is I have 2 poison. The next action I take is gonna cost me 2 health. And then it'll be, you know, down to 1. So then 1 after that, we'll do 1. That stacks up. A lot of poison does a lot of damage. How do you get rid of poison? You heal. Anything that increases your health will get rid of poison too. So if we sell this, for instance, like with a melee weapon, you know, if we buy one of these swords, we can also use this skill. It gives it +3 attack. Exhaust means you can use it once. So it's like, you know, you can use slash with your weapon once and then it's gone.
Won't be needing that.
Yeah, we don't need that. We sell it, we get a gold, we get 2 health, and that clears poison. Good on us, you know? We have 8 out of 10 health. Let's buy this.
Finders
Now we're at 10. Because 8 + 2 is 10.
splat it.
So here's the thing we do. Let's defend against this guy. Now he's stunned, so he skips his round. Now he does his attack round. We go first. Because he doesn't have blitz, we kill him. No poison to deal with.
Hit it.
Speaking of blitz. All right. Normally, you as the hero always attack first unless they have this lightning bolt. That means blitz. They go before you. And then if you also have blitz, you go first again. You win the tie, but... So, he poisoned us. So we attack. I'm gonna explain the turn order. He went first because he had blitz. Gave us poison before we ever acted. So when we attacked him the previous round, we still took damage because we were already poisoned. Now he's going again. We hit for 2. We took 1 from poison. He hits for 3. That hurts. All right. And then, yeah, people have different things like Trickster. You never see it coming. This starts with stealth. You'd see he's kind of like half invisible. That means you can't target him with an ability. Now, I don't have any abilities that target people outside of combat, but other people do. Like if I was Greybeard the Magician, you know, if you have a fireball, you can just be like, I want to do 4 damage to this guy. Kapow! You can't do it to him because he's stealth. Globber. Well, this is awkward. This enemy's immune to weapons, so I can't use my sword. This guy's not immune to swords, so 3 damage. You know, 2 base. We do 1 at the start extra. Sword. Now we do 4. Now slash. Now we're doing 7. Insta kill. Now slash exhausted, we lost it. As opposed to the sword, which has 2 more charges. So we could be like, all right, let's heal our health. You know, hooray. We need it. But this is the point I'm trying to make. He poisons us, then we attack. All right, if we attack again, we take poison and die. Well, how about we heal now? We still get 2 health. And it clears up all the poison we had and the poison he just stacked on top. Now attacking again like this, we'll die. We won't do enough. He'll kill us. Sword, he's dead. Like I could go in here, use this, you know, do the same thing we did earlier. Running away counts as a turn, but if you haven't started combat, you can, you know, what's he doing? Oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna buy this.
A new
and then go in and do it. Like, why not just use the one you already had? Because of the unused tile bonus. We know that, you know, if I use this up and then get this one, that's 1, 2, 3 tiles, which means 15 bonus gems at the end. If I keep this one, don't use it, get a different one instead, that's 4. There's 20 gems. So you want to, you know, if you can, leave as many tiles as possible. I mean, also, like, it increases your score at the end. Score schmore. We want to buy stuff. All right, coming up next, we're doing a boss fight. This guy. And, you know, I'm not going over anything if you play the game and you're like, what's all this stuff mean? Like, you can hover over, like, overwhelmed, gain +2 attack. What's overwhelmed? Hover over it, it tells me on the right side. Overwhelmed does that. Because there's 6 or more enemies on the board. We're gonna use Brewer. I like Brewer. When in a dungeon, whenever you get a potion, you get a second copy for free. So, like, I have 1 health potion. If I pick this, it gives me 2 health potions. Woo! We want this. Execute. If you hurt a non-boss enemy, you can instantly kill it.
Quite the bargain.
Very good for when you get people, you know, with like 20 health that poison you every round. Hurt it 1 time and then you just insta-kill it. Miner's hat. Yeah, I want that. Oh, so I bought 2 things and I'm at 15 out of 14 because you basically get 2 more slots every turn. Like, you know, we had 12 last time, now we have 14. Oh no, I bought too many cards. There's too much stuff. What are we gonna do? We sell one of our cards for 5 gems. Now we're back to 14 out of 14. We don't have too many. I call them cards. I guess they're tiles. Next. Gobloid capital. Wagyu is the capital city of the Gobloids and the name of their king, their signature dish, and the most popular Gobloid baby name.
So studious.
So, because he's a boss, he's got a special ability, and this one, all Gobloids have +1 attack. Kinda bad. But we also get 3 things of Tranquilize shuffled into the deck. Are we fighting a baby? We might be.
Hit it.
Yeah, so instead of doing 3, 2, 2, they do 4, 3, 3 because of the boss's bonus. You know, our bonus that I picked last time. Look at that, 2 potions for the price of 1. And the price of this one's 0, so. All the enemies have +1 attack, but it said it's shuffled 3 things of Tranquilize into our deck. So this is a Tranquilizer. In battle, replace your opponent's current action with Sleep. Very handy. In fact, we're gonna get it. I didn't. I clicked the wrong thing. I'll show you this. So, hit that guy. He hits me. Oh no, he's gonna kill me. But he is not at full health, so execute. He dies. The problem with Buckethead is when if the enemy's defeated, put a copy of Stupid into your inventory. Now we have Stupid. So basically, when you kill this guy, they give you a junk tile. You know, you only can hold 4. Now this is permanently in here unless we pay 2 health to remove it. And I gotta like hover up, like look right here. Oh, it's gone. The cost to acquire abilities is increased by 1. So if I wanted to buy another thing of Slash, it would cost 2 instead of 1, and it's taking up a spot. So we can lose 2 health and get rid of it, or we just work around it. I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't like it.
Sweet relief.
I just want to sell this stuff because I want... A, I want this, B, I want to show it off.
Hit it.
So 4 defense. Or that'll beat that. And here's the thorns. All these little spiky spikes. Besides the fact that we're defending and not going to take damage, he also takes 2 points from, you know, running right into the thorns. Okay. So they're like, okay, you know, you're not buying Slash, just deal with this, you know, the stupid in your inventory. Or, you know, you can just leave it there, right? It's not a problem. Well, here's why it is a problem. We're fighting. Boop, 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 boop.
Masterful.
All right, we kill that guy. Oh, wait.
Reminds me of
We killed him. He also gives us the thing of stupid. You can't replace, like, a negative tile with... So now it's like, oh, we have to replace one of our things. I don't actually want that. So that's why I was showing it off. But that's why you're like, you know, if you kept that one, you beat this guy. Now you have to replace one of those. Get some money.
Oh,
Those.
a new toy.
Wagyu for Tabu. Very well enunciated, Mr. Goblin King. How do I want this? All right, so I want this tile. I bought it last time. As I said, I'll just explain tiles as they come up. It gives you gold when you parry. And so I want that combined with this because, you know, they're doing 4 damage per hit. So 2 plus 2. Does it count as a tile for the end of combat? Like if you have 3 items and a stupid, you get a bonus gem for having it in your inventory? Yes. So that would be a reason to not get rid of it, especially like at the end. Like say I had, you know, a couple regular guys and just the helmet head or whatever it's called. You could leave it and it will count as a bonus tile to get extra stuff. And there's other things, you know, there's curses and that other characters can get and other negative effects. Everything here or on the board will count as a bonus tile with one exception to a character I'm not playing. You know, after this, I'll just give a very quick overview of the other characters for YouTube's sake. You know, here on the stream, I'll just play other characters. There's one character who's basically a necromancer, and when he kills enemies, they turn into tombstones, and then he can lose health to turn tombstones into skeletons in his hand. The tombstones do not count as tiles. Otherwise, everything will count for bonus gems. I think. All right, so we're gonna sell this, buy this, and like, so yeah, I've been using, you know, 1 thing to block. You can use 2. It's basic math. If you have a thing of 2 and another thing of 2, that's a thing of 4. Parry. We hit him, and, you know, this is when you parry with this item, gain a gold. So we gained a gold for that, gain a gold for killing him.
hit it.
Now, like, yes, it'd be good to try and keep as many bonus tiles as we can, but basically, like, the first round, you can really heavily maximize just like,
Finders keepers.
you know, taking damage and just leaving stuff. But when you start getting into bosses, like, yeah, we lost a couple tiles, that's okay.
Woohoo.
All right, so I bought 2 of the tranquilizers. Here's what they do. Oh, he's gonna do 6 damage. Nope, this round he's gonna sleep. Now this round, I could put him to sleep again, but he's gonna do 4 damage to me and hurt himself for 3. I have the health to spare. So we'll, you know, take the hit. He loses 3 health. Now, let's not take 5. Put him to sleep again. Put him to sleep again. And it's like, okay, yeah, you can hit him in 1, but he has Blitz, so he's going first. So we have to put him to sleep. Necromancer sounds fun. He's all right. He's in the mobile game, the actual card building game, he can be really crazy with some of his abilities. In this game, he's not my favorite. He's not my least favorite. But his is just really complicated. There's a lot to juggle. And like you can use it. In fact, I'll get it. I'd normally take the helmet, but you know, I'll show you using perks outside battle. We're gonna go with Forester. It takes a little managing, but you know, each dungeon, the first time you replace a tile in your inventory, shuffle 2 copies of that into your deck with the cost of 0. Do we want to buy anything first of all? 105. Ooh, yeah, we want this. So armor up. restore the durability of all armor in your inventory to full and increase the block by 2. So, yeah, I'm not buying these, but I probably will get that actually.
A prudent purchase.
Gotta get rid of something. We don't need slash. Actually, I'll get rid of one of the swords.
Good riddance.
So what this does, this armor up thing, any tiles that we're holding on to that are armor, you know, like this, it has 3 charges. This has 2 charges. If you use 1 charge of this, you know, 2 of these charges, and then you get this and use it, they are restored back to full. So that's already nice because you get more use out of your items, but it also increases the block value by 2. So, you know, instead of 2 block, 4 block, it'll be 4 and 6. So this is a very nice card for Bruno.
Where to?
Oh, I skipped it. Yeah, sorry, I'm skipping through the, like, yes, you'd go like, and walk there. Depths of Doom. I, the mighty Bruno, am afraid of no man or signpost. But, you know, why risk it? Which is funny, because he's the one going here. Alright, so what Forester does, like, you have 4 tiles, the same way that, like, when I got stupid, I showed you had to replace something. If I bought, you know, like, this and this and this and this, I have 4 tiles, and then I'm like, oh, potion, I want that, and I get the potion. I also, like, have to replace one of my tiles because I'm like, I have 4 and I just bought one. You don't get to keep them all. Normally, the tile you replace is just thrown out. It's gone. What Forester does, I'll just try and do it. Why am I mean, just like, let me talk about all this. No. Let me just do it. I'll show you. This is not a great start. Ah, here we go. I've had this for a while and I've never talked about it because I never could show you what it does. Crowbar removes all armor and block from an enemy and gives you a 1 durability plate armor for your inventory. So these people, when they're spawning in, they're giving armor. We stole away their armor and we get a free 4 defense item. It only has 1 use.
Finders keepers.
But it's like, hey, these guys do 4 damage.
Well
Look at that.
played.
Bam. Alright. So we have 1 use on this left, and we're like, but we love this, you know, the spiked shield. We don't want it to go yet. Alright, armor up. Like, yeah, you could save this to have more armor, but I'm just trying to show something. Forget about playing, you know, perfect. There we go, armor up. Now it's full, and it has 6 defense instead of 2. Or 4, sorry. Okay, let's fast forward a bit again. Okay, Forester. So we have this thing, like when we discard a thing, we get 2 copies that cost 0. So it's like, all right, we've got 1 gold, let's spend it on this, replace our shield. So now instead of being destroyed, we get 2 of them back in the deck. And they're free instead of costing 4. And because it's what's in, you know, it's copying what you have, they also already start with 6. So now we have fully repaired, free, 6 shield, or 6 defense shields. So that's kind of how, like, things, you know, get a little more interesting. Because there's other characters that use a lot more, like, cycle things back into the deck and, like, make tiles cheaper, and then, you know, like, you can cycle that back and copy stuff. And that's just a little taste of it. And then you can see it, you know, says black. We used it that round. We can't do it again. Tiles can also be stuff like just chests. Like we have a, you know, a treasure chest that gives us 2 gold. We could put a golden treasure chest in. It gives us 3 gold. Nice, except here's a health potion. 2 health, it's like the one we have, but it has 3 charges, so it's a little better. I'm picking that because we have the, you know, we get 2 potions for every time we pick something.
Choose wisely.
So, like, yeah, that's essentially 6 things of healing. All right, well, what do we have? None of these are great. Probably adventure. Let's get pirate lockbox. Draft a random item. So when you buy this, you can get any item that Bruno could get normal.
Well,
Like, it only works on your own items. Like, you're not going to draft an item that, you know, Rose could use or that, you know, Graybeard can use. It's only your items, but you get this, it could be anything that Bruno has unlocked. Even if you don't have it in your deck. I don't think, yeah. So, like, we could get other stuff. It could be a good deal, you know, because it costs 2 to buy the pirate chest. You could get something worth more than 2. You could get something worth less than 2. But you get to choose, like, one of 3 things. So generally, it's worth it. Not always, but generally. So anyways, I took Adventurer. Adventurer gives us these items to start with. A short sword. You know, we've seen short sword and chainmail. Those are fine. It also gives us matches, which puts burn on an enemy. I haven't been talking about burn. That's more of a Graybeard thing, fire and ice, but it puts burn. So this guy's on fire now. When he drops by 1 tile, he'll take a damage. He has 4 health, 8 armor. There. If he drops 2 tiles, he'll be dead. He'll take 3 damage, then it will go down by 1, then he'll take 2 damage. 3 plus 2 is 5. He has 4 health, he dies. Now there's a bunch of abilities going on here. So, Royal Guards, that's what this purple shield is. Like, when there's a Royal Guard in the row, you can't attack other enemies in the row. The Town Guard, when there's any Town Guard on the board, you know, no fighting. Come back. Text, come back. Yeah, you can't equip melee weapons, so we can't use the sword so long as these 2 are on the board. We don't care. We're just gonna use this.
Deflected.
So yeah, like, I want to use my short sword. I can't. Now he drops. He's not in the same row as her anymore, so we can attack her. Also, he took, you know, the 3 damage from burn, so he has 1 health. His burn went down by 1. And that's like, yeah, all right, we fight her, he'll fall and die from his burn, but previous lady I killed, if you remember from the previous match, they give shield to people below him, and so, you know, she was in the middle, she gave, so this person has 7 shields. That's a lot of health. Because I don't have any piercing. Like, yeah, if I had a piercing weapon, they only have 2 health. But I can't use weapons anyway, so never mind. I'm just like, I'll tell you about piercing. Oh, wait, it doesn't work here. I think we just fight her. You know, so she does 1, then 2, then 1, then 2. This purple broken shield. You're probably smart enough to realize, but just in case you're like Bruno over here going, oh, without thinking, you know, shield block, you can't. Prefer, you know, this attack pierces shield. You can't block against it. Right, let's buy the pirate lockbox. Use it. So we get 1 of 3 options. We're taking this. We can get plate armor. Like, so all of these are a good, like, this was a good roll. We can get plate armor. You know, it's a 4 defense item, and it costs more for each other item in my inventory. Okay, I mean, that's a 4 defense item for 2. That's a good deal. A golden chest. Like, yeah, it would have cost 0, but we don't have one anyway. 3 gold, so we spend 2 gold to get 3 gold. That's a deal. Yeah, we're taking my axe, which is... It's a 6 damage weapon, which, as you've seen, is a lot. Like, this game doesn't do really big numbers. It has that nice, what I call the Paper Mario effect of, like, you know, you have 10 health. You do 2 damage. Like, you increase something by 1, by 2. You know, you're not doing like Final Fantasy, like 9,870 damage type. No, everything's like nice, simple numbers. So 6 is a really big thing, but it's like, yeah, it costs 16 gold to buy. And then if it's on the board, you know, when you kill someone, it goes to 14, then to 12, then to... So you can make it cheap, but it takes a long time. We don't even have one in our deck, but we have one now. We can't use it yet because of the town guards. Okay, here's a thought. So, thinking about, like, planning, you know, how everything's going out instead of just, like, get defense, defend, get attack. You know, like, last time we did a, you know, get this shield, use it up to, like, one thing left, fix it up, use it up again, replace it so it gets full and there's 2 of them. Here's another way to think about stuff. We get 2 of these for free. Is that when discarding for 2 free copies pays off? There's a lot of different things. Yes, like this. We have 2 of those for free. It didn't cost us anything. So now our inventory is full. Like, yeah, I should use it. Stuff. So in fact, we will. Okay, attack, attack. He has a lot of defense. That's fine. We have a lot of healing. We're gonna leave that potion intact. And yes, you got it exactly, chat, because, okay, there's no town guards on the board right now. I forget how much they hit by. Can I use it on the axe? Yes, I can, so I'm just using it first, because when you replace it with Forester, the copies have full stuff. So, like, despite the fact that I used it so it only has 1 charge, it will have full charges when it comes back. So there you go. Now there are 2 of those in the deck, and they are both free instead of 16 having to lower it. Now we have 2 6-damage weapons that will cost nothing when they come up. And if they come up at the very end and we don't need them, it's still good to, like, make copies of stuff to put in your deck, because that's worth free gems at the end, right? Strategize. Anyway, what? She just died? Yeah, we have thorns. Thorns are automatically shield piercing. So we hit, you know, nothing gets through her shield. Normally, if it was just, you know, armor or whatever, she'd be stunned, we'd hit her. The thorns just kill her outright. They're great like that. I love thorns. Let's get some money. Let's get this.
Hit it.
Now, like, yeah, we could use this. It'll do 2 damage from the thorns, but the shield doesn't do anything, so, like, why bother? Let's just wait and use it on this turn. Because it's like, oh no, we took a damage. That's fine. And, you know, we've got 2 of these. You know, last time I did just 1 to show you how that worked with Forester. Here's another way you can think. Armor up. Both of them are now full healed. And this is your 1 blood cost Mantis Lord, essentially. And this isn't even that crazy. Like, Bruno's fine. There are some ridiculous things you can do in this game. Like, reducing the price of Greybeard's Pyroclasm, which does like 15 damage. Copy that, you know, put those in the deck, you know, get a bunch of them in your hand, use Lucky Ace to copy all of those, put them in your... There's some crazy stuff you can do. Like, I've had daily runs that involved copying things that, like, I literally just had to, like, spend minutes at a time throwing away cards. I copied so much stuff. Like, you know, I have like 90 things in my deck, and I'm like, sell, 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 just to get to, like, the last enemy. Nick, so here's the thing, like, we have a lot of stuff, but we can't use it all. Like, there's 2 enemies where the dungeon doesn't end till you kill them all. What do we want? What do we not want? Will you triumph? And also, just in case, like, I think, like, listening to Krumit be like, woohoo, rah, blah, 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 is funny. there is a, like, less talking mode if you're like, he talks too much.
The strength.
But, chatty Krumit. You can uncheck that and he'll say less stuff. He'll just do a few things. But I like him talking. Again, we have to get rid of something. So let's think, how do we want to do this? You know, we want to keep as many tiles to get as much gems at the end. Let's get the axe, replace the one we have, because now it's full.
Will you try
We can use it without it disappearing. We had to get rid of something.
Nice.
Makes the most sense. Hooray! 10 for beating it, 65 from unused tiles. Oh, we have a boss, the Ghost Knight.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, and if you're like, oh, Ghost King, sorry. If you're like, what's this guy? Oh yeah, skeletons. And it doesn't just tell you, like, you know, here's a picture, here's the funny, oh, Thralls of the Bone Lord. The skeletons might be heartless, but they still have soul. And like, oh yeah, we saw this guy. What did they do? The cultist. But you're like, oh, I've never fought the Ghost King before. What does he do? You don't have to wait till you're in combat. The game's like, here you go. It's kind of like, you know, I've been doing a bunch of Into the Breach. It tells you what to expect. You don't have to guess. You don't have to be like, oh, what? Here you go. Ghost King, you've never seen him before? Well, if you go to a dungeon with him, if you discard a card, it will destroy the top card of the deck. Except for the Ghost King himself. Your items, enemies, it doesn't matter. You discard something, it destroys stuff. And you're like, okay, that's cool, but what does he do in a fight? He does this. 3 damage heal, 3 damage heal, 6 damage. Repeat. The game is nice.
Treasure time.
Okay, what do we want for tiles? Rage. Increase your damage by 3. Now here's not an exhausted ability. It's the first one, which is why I'm talking about it. You know, instead of just like, here's an ability, use it, it's gone. In this case, it will stay in your hand, and it's just, you use it, you get a bonus to your damage, and then after you've taken damage twice, you can use it again. The Captain Cutlass, that's a thing. Liquid Armor. It's a potion that gives you 3 block. We're gonna take this. Why? Because we have the bonus. We get 2 potions for every one.
Choose
So we get 2
wisely.
things of liquid block if we get it. Basically, these 3 things are good. We don't want balanced, not as Bruno. Acolyte, at the start of each dungeon, shuffle 2 random abilities into the deck. That's good. It just means that your deck, you know, the stuff you have to draw from has 2 extra cards and they're 2 abilities. They might be good, they might be bad, but like at the very minimum, you can sell them, gain 2 health, get coin from them, right? So even if you're not going to use them, and they could be an ability you really want. So that's good. Balance, the base cost of all our abilities is 2. No, we don't want that. Bruno's abilities don't cost a lot. You know, they already cost like 1 or 2. You know, some people, balanced is very good. So stuff like, let's say like Greybeard, the wizard. Yeah, he has a lot of cheap spells that are like, you know, 0 or 1 or 2. But he also has things like Pyroclasm, 5 gold. It does 15 damage. There's stuff like, I forget, it's like Lightning Storm or something. It's like do 4 damage to every enemy on the screen. That costs a lot. So like things where you have a lot of high cost abilities, this is good because like, yeah, your lower stuff will be more, but your higher stuff will be less and it evens out. We don't need this as Bruno. Radioactive. All enemies start with 1 poison when they start. Or when they like spawn in. Very good. It means A, that, you know, every enemy is going to take an extra damage when they start. If you had stuff to re-roll your deck or like move enemies around, this will apply multiple times. We don't. Bruno's very basic, but other people who like shuffle all the enemies back into the deck, well, they, you know, get 1 poison when they come in, you shuffle them back in, they get another poison when they come in. So we're gonna go, you know, so that's good. It's free damage you don't have to worry about, but it's, you know, for Bruno, it's just 1 free damage on every enemy. Chill. Bruno already got fire with matches. Now he gets ice. Again, a Greybeard thing, but I really like this ability for everybody. Once per battle after your opponent acts, freeze them if their action contains damage. You like to think the poison is because they spawn with imagined dragons stuck in their heads. They're too busy singing Radioactive. Radioactive is also very good. There's like ability called like Elementalist or something, where if someone is burning or frozen or poisoned, you do extra damage. And that one's really good because they spawn in poisoned and then you do extra damage because they come poisoned. We don't have that. But yes, your joke is funny. Sorry, I was just still explaining things. I don't really want any of these, but you know what? Here, like 180. Let's spend 5 to re-roll. And now it's 10, then it's 15, etc., etc. Ooh, I want all of these. I promised that, well, I didn't promise anything. I said I wasn't going to explain every tile because, like, every character has, like, a set of, like 20 or 30 tiles specific to them. That'd be a lot of talking. But I just said, ooh, I want all of these, so maybe, execute we already have. That's good the further you get when you start getting people with a lot of health or armor. Flex. It's very good. It's 5 gold, so it's really expensive to get, but what it does is for the rest of, your current map, dungeon, battle, you just have +1 attack. So instead of, starting with 3 attack and then having 2, he'd start with 4 and have 3. This is very good. Another spike shield. Good, but we have 2, probably don't need it. Widow's Grasp. I might do that. When you parry, add a copy of Spider Bite to your inventory. And you're like, okay, what's Spider Bite? Okay. Tells you right there. Poison an enemy for 3. And then Amanita Essence, we don't really need it, but reduce the cost of target abilities by 1. So that's what I was talking about, like with Bruno and shuffling. We'll have fun at work. I will have fun with Bruno. I have fun with all of them. They're all fun. Rose gets a little complicated, but let's get Spider Bite.
Yes, arm yourself.
Now we can parry and then poison people.
The road awaits.
Ghost King's Cryptorium. Me and Ghost King? That ethereal know-it-all? Yeah, we go way back, and I've always had the better beard. Them's fighting
I've
words.
seen this before.
Alright, so I got freeze. I'll just show it right here.
Crush them.
Or chill. What chill does, when you're attacked, if they have damage things in their attack, whether or not it hurts you, like if we defended with this, he'd still be frozen. If they do any damage at all the first time per battle, they become frozen. And frozen is their next attack does 0 damage. They still do it, so it progresses the cycle. It's not like they're not stunned or anything, but they'll do their attack.
Look easy.
It just won't do damage. And the way, I'm not gonna fight him yet because I don't want to do it. But so actually I will here. For instance, we do 3 damage. He does 4. He takes his 2. Now he's not stunned. He's not missing his turn. He's still going to attack because he's frozen, he'll do 0 damage. But he still does the rest of his things, which in this case is take 2 self damage. So sucks to be you, buddy. You're dead. All right, we can do this. So by that gives us 2 things.
Splat it.
+3 from that, +3 from that, +2 from this. Will completely block his 8. Now, as I said, when they next attack, they do 0 damage. He was stunned, so he skipped his -3 turn. So he didn't lose chill. Like, yeah, if we didn't, parry him, he'd hit us, then he'd be frozen, but all he'd do is -3. That would waste the chill, right? Because he's not attacking, he's just losing health. And then it's like, then he attacks for full again. Well, because he was parried, the order of operations here, he hits us, we block everything, stun him. Because he attacked with damage, even though none of it got through, he still got chill. He's stunned, so he does nothing. He stays chilled. Now that he can act again, he hasn't used his chill up. So it does 0 damage. He hurts himself. We kill him.
Got him.
Isn't life wonderful? Yeah, I don't know.
Arms.
Skeleton.
Hurry. The strength.
Okay, armor up. Replace it.
That will be needed.
So it's double copied with Forester. So now in the future, we have to wait for him to come up again, but we can, you know, get armor up twice, which means a lot of defense, and it means a lot of, like, refilling the health of your stuff. All right, let's take a roll. Pirate lockbox. This time we did not do great. Gain blitz. Dragon, it turns an item into 5 gold. Useful if you have really expensive stuff. We don't. So flask of rehydration. It's a potion. It gives you +1, which isn't a lot, but if you discard a tile, it refills. For now, we'll get it. Even if we don't, bother refilling it, it's still +6 health. Yeah, that's fine. Now, we could try and get a lot of defensive items, such as, build up our thing like, oh, he does so much damage and blah, blah, blah. Let's do this. We know he won't kill us in one hit. He's dead. We executed him. Oh, here we go. So we know these guys do 3, so like this 2 won't help us, but we want to use it because it gives us gold when we parry with it. Well, the bucket helm only gives 1 defense. We don't really need that. We don't really use that. But we can combine them to get the parry, and we need health. For Bruno, getting armor gives us health. We still have to sell that. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I was like, all right, we can fight the guy. Right, I forgot the Ghost King's thing. If we discard an ability, it destroys what's on top, even enemies. Which means, like, I was gonna just sell, like, we're not gonna use Slash, but that would destroy one of our armor ups, so we'll buy this. Despite the fact we don't really want it. Just so that we don't, get rid of this. And in fact, I was gonna get this, but... do we really want to fight that guy? I don't. Sell it. We don't need the health, but we killed the dude. Okay, there was another one behind him. So we know if we parry again with this, we'll get another spider bite. Let's just use that. Buy this. There's the Ghost King finally.
2 arms.
Block. Do. All right.
The Ghost King arises.
The Ghost King arises. All right.
What luck.
So, here's like doing a multiple phase thing. First, we use that. We get the parry, we get that, hit him. He's doing 0 damage. Hit him again. All right, we use that. Woo, we have all our stuff. Now, if we say wanted to run away, no, I'm not even gonna have to. Deflect, poison. All right. Deflect poison. Okay, but let's pretend. We're like, oh no, we really need to get that other armor up. You can spend a turn in battle. I'll take the hit. Like, oh, I need to leave. You just run away. He still does his attack. You get out.
What a
And it's like, okay, now we got this. We can do it again. Refill all that, increase their damage again. I'm not gonna. We don't need to. But, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, we left battle, which means we triggered chill, or, you know, frozen again. It's like once per battle things you can get multiple times if you leave the battle. For Bruno, it doesn't really matter. But for Mischief, it's very important. Since hers is all about positioning and getting first strike. And
A triumph.
okay. Yeah, triumph.
Loot.
We don't need more weapons. Let's just get gold.
Choose
Perk.
wisely.
When a weapon's depleted, get 4 health. Yeah, you know, it's okay. We sometimes use weapons. You know, Berserker, when you attack with 2 weapons, your total is +3. But I'm mainly doing defense and blocking and thorns. Add 3 town guards to the deck, but your first tile is free. Okay, that's all right, but then we can't use weapons. I'm just gonna go with minor. +2 health. It's okay, it's not a lot. But you also get 100 gems
A moment's
when you pick that.
respect.
So if you're going for a high score, that's a good one to pick. Or if you just want to like buy things. Wishing Lamp is very good for every character. Because you buy it for 1, it has 3 charges. You can use these charges to either gain a gold, restore 3 health, or restore 1 durability to a random item in your inventory.
Quite the bargain.
And if you duplicate it, you can use it twice. So say, pay 1 gold, get the lamp. And like, here's just a basic, like not even counting health or restoring thing. But, you know, spend 1 gold, get the lamp. Use it once, get a gold, it pays for itself. Use it again, you've got +1 gold. Replace it, now there's 2 of them in the deck for free. Use those all for gold +6. You just made 7 gold for the cost of... you made 8 gold and spent 1 to do it. Net profit of 7. It's very good. There's actually better things you can do with it than just that, but like there's like this super basic easiest thing is it's worth 7 gold with Forester. That's a lot of money. Like, yeah, the one axe was 16 that you lowered, but I mean, like, you know, what's our highest cost item? These are 4 gold, and we can get 7 using the lamp. Here's the lamp. There it is. Now, do I want some of these? Yeah, I want that.
Prudent purchase.
I want that. And we have 2 items too many. We'll sell off 2 of them. I don't care about slash.
Away with you.
And I don't need that. Because, yeah, we're starting to get into people like 12 health, 14 health, 10 health. And they do lots of damage and stuff like that, so...
A fine assortment
yeah,
of
execute at the
dangerous
beginning.
food
Destroy a
items.
target non-boss enemy that's been damaged. Like, and you know, you're fighting skeletons at the beginning with 6 health. And you're like, why would you do that? Because you don't use it on the early guys. You start using it on these. You use it on the trash golem, which has 20 health, does like 4 damage and poison every turn. That's the type of stuff you use it on. And we're getting into those type of enemies now.
Continues.
Wagyu for Tamu. Yeah, very well enunciated, Mr. Goblin King.